Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Game Changer with Jake. I got Kyle here with me like usual.
What's going on?
We are on the Game Changer Sports Network. Number one thing I want to cover real quick is here at the Game Changer, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected in Toronto from the terrorist attack. Our thoughts are with you and everybody affected. So tonight, we're going straight into wide receiver talk and then quarterback talk. Two of the best positions in football, easily. They are the quarterback's the most important on the field at all times. And give me 1 second. I'm trying to share to my own personal page, but Wi-Fi has been finicky a little on my phone. There we go. All right, so Dez Bryant. Start with the Cowboys, my man. Dez Bryant, at 29 years old, is a free agent. Now, 29 years old is kind of the lifespan. I mean, you get to the 29 to 32 range, and a wide receiver is usually done. I mean, look at Calvin Johnson, retired at 31. Look at Danny Amendola, 32 years old, but he just left the Patriots, and he's a slot receiver. Dez Bryant, 29 years old, played in 113 games, 531 career receptions, 7,459 career receiving yards, and 73 touchdowns. He thinks he still has a lot left in the tank. And honestly, I agree. Dez Bryant has been criminally underused over the past 2 years since Dak Prescott took over the Cowboys. Tony Romo left, Dak Prescott took over, and Dez Bryant has pretty much fallen off the face of the planet. I mean, 800 yards, a little over 800 yards, and a little over 700 yards in the 2 seasons. But 6 touchdowns and 8 touchdowns. So he's criminally underused in Dallas. He gets the boot. Today, Jerry Jones pretty much shut the door on a return to Dallas, which means Dez Bryant's going somewhere else. He's not going to retire. He's not Calvin Johnson. So after statistically having his worst 2 seasons of his career, that he wasn't injured, there was 1 year where he had a down year, if you look at the numbers, but he only played in, 6 games? Understandable. When you get injured, look for him to sign a 1-year prove-it deal that he still has the gas left in the tank. He does. He's going to probably go to a contender, I'm going to double down on this real quick. Dez Bryant is going to go to one of the 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. So Philly or New England. You go to New England if you want to win a championship. I don't care who you are. James Harrison last year left the Steelers, retires after this year. Mind you, he left in week 16. Left the Steelers, goes to the Patriots because he wanted a championship. Look at Randy Moss, came to New England in a trade, mind you, but it was to win a championship. Dez Bryant, possibly in New England, why would he be there on a 1-year deal? A 1-year rental going to win a championship. It's that easy. New England's logic. Now, the problem with that is who's going to pay him more? On a 1-year prove-it deal, you're looking at $7 to $9 million to prove you're still relevant. And Dez Bryant Patriots going to lowball him. They lowball everybody. Hence, Danny Amendola to Miami. Malcolm Butler's gone because they couldn't get a deal done 2 years ago. And the whole Super Bowl benching about that too. But we're not getting into that part. There's a good chance Philly is going to work some books, because if I remember correctly, their cap room isn't that high anymore. They don't have enough money to sign Dez. But if they're going to want Dez, who, by the way, Dez wants to stay in the NFC East so he can make the Cowboys regret letting him go. You can't fight that, really. If I was released by a team I've been with for my entire career, I'd want payback too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's absolutely no chance I wouldn't want payback. So whether he stays in the NFC in total or he goes to a Super Bowl contender in the AFC, he wants to make the Cowboys regret ever letting him go. New England's a good way to do that. Philly's a good way to do that. Washington's a good way to do that. And the Giants are a good way to do that. Now, ironically, Brandon Marshall tweets out that there's no room for Dez Bryant 2 days before he gets cut for failing a physical, which is absolutely hilarious. So Brandon Marshall's no longer on the Giants. Exactly. Straight revenge. He is out for blood. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to New York. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Philly. I don't see Washington in the cards, really. I don't see them. I haven't heard anything about them in play for him at all. And Washington's not really a contender. Let's be real. They're the weakest team in that entire division. So, Dez Bryant, now why hasn't he signed yet? Why hasn't he signed yet? Look at what's 2 days away on Thursday night. The NFL draft. The minute that draft is over and the teams realize they didn't get who they want, like the Patriots probably are going after Christian Kirk in the early second round. But what if they don't get him? What if he's already off the board? What if he goes late first round, which we get it. The Patriots also have a pick there, but they're probably going defense if they don't trade out. Dez Bryant ends up in New England. The draft is a huge part of this part of the season. The initial free agency wave is over. Dez Bryant hit the market after all the big names. Allen Hurns. Taylor Gabriel, sorry. I just blanked on it. They're all off the market now. Now, another team that could be in play for Dez that I've been rolling around in my head, because the entire offseason I thought this season would be 49ers. All about getting Jimmy Garoppolo weapons. That team is criminally horrible talent-wise, beyond Jimmy Garoppolo and maybe Marquise Goodwin's an okay player, and they got Richard Sherman. They need to focus on defense in the first round, wide receivers, the rest of the draft. Yeah, they have Pierre Garçon coming back, but Pierre Garçon is only so good. He isn't Dez Bryant. So I've spent all my time thinking about why the 49ers haven't been able to get a wide receiver. They still have, I think, the most money, if I remember correctly, left for the cap room. And they've done nothing with it. They've signed Richard Sherman and a few other no names. They didn't sign any big names, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. That's actually a great strategy by John Lynch. Don't overpay for a big name. Great idea. That is right along with the Patriots system. And that's beautiful because the Patriots obviously run a system well. They've been relevant for 18 years now. Now teams are starting to model that. Unless you have the Cleveland Browns, they're still overpaying people, but I could also see Dez going to Cleveland. Dez makes any team that has a decent quarterback a contender. Dak Prescott's not a decent quarterback. I told everybody he was going to have a sophomore slump. He did. Let's not put that blame on Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's a running back. No matter what you say, the running back is not as important as the quarterback, which is also why I think Saquon Barkley probably isn't going in the top 5. We are not going to live stream Facebook Live during the draft, but our website will have a updated live stream, and me personally will be giving all of my analysis of the picks as we go. So keep an eye out for that. It will be an article on the website, and it will be all over the place. Yeah, Dez Bryant, easily, hands down, going to a contender. Probably not Cleveland, probably not San Francisco. Good chances Philly, New England, and honestly, if everybody's healthy, the Giants are a contender too, if Eli Manning doesn't beat Eli Manning. So, no problems there. Now, Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons. Julio Jones has apparently gone ghost on every single member of the Atlanta Falcons on social media, which could mean nothing. Could mean he's being traded on draft day. If you tell me one GM that is stupid enough to trade the top and or second best receiver in the league on a team that is still contending consistently, first off, I should have his job. He's that bad. You don't trade him. He is the cornerstone of that team. I would love to have Julio Jones on any team I'm starting. He is a beast. So, let me be the first to tell you, Falcons fans, calm down. He's not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure the Falcons fan would be in a rise up anarchy. Hey, you see what I did there? Rise up, nation. They would absolutely go bananas if they traded him. Julio Jones. What? Julio Jones? Come on, Alex. You know better. You know better. If you're going to sit there and give me facts. Tell me why Julio Jones is crap. I want hard evidence, Alex. Because he's not. With Antonio Brown, he is 1 or 2 in the league. It depends on who you talk to. There's no one else even in the upper echelons like them. Like I've said already, Calvin Johnson's gone. Julian Edelman ain't that good. Allen Robinson ain't that good. So, there's your hard facts. Because I said so. That doesn't, I already, oh no, it seems like you have one more comment there than I did. That's weird. There is absolutely no way the Falcons let Julio Jones go. Players in the offseason absolutely tend to go social media so they can focus on family time. It's not uncommon. Gronkowski did it 2 years ago. I mean, yeah, I traded for some, like, Series 1 original Pokemon cards. Those are worth, like, thousands of dollars. I'm all for that. They're not easy to come by. Like, I'm with you on this one. Trading for Pokemon cards, I'm in.
I think Magic cards go for more.
Do they?
Yeah.
Tim Tebow for QB on what team? Where does Tim Tebow fit in any team that hasn't already taken a chance on him, mind you? He ain't going to Denver. Maybe Cleveland. I could see Tim Tebow in Cleveland. Now, once again, just to sum this all up, Atlanta fans, calm down. Yeah, Tebow's not coming to New England. They're drafting a quarterback. They're probably trading up to draft a quarterback, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So, straight into draft day talk. We are 2 days away from the 2018 NFL Draft. And there's been 2 big tweets today. Number 1, NFL insider Benjamin Albright made and deleted a tweet that stated Sam Darnold is going number 1 overall to Cleveland. Now, anybody could take that any way. It could be wrong, it could be right. It doesn't matter. But somebody tweeting Darnold is a lock that's already involved in the NFL to that level. I don't like Darnold personally. But another tweet came out from Adam Schefter today. One anonymous GM estimated today that there is a 50% chance 4 QBs go in the top 5. I completely agree, but I think Bradley Chubb is that 5th guy because Denver's going to trade out, probably with Buffalo, and come up to take a quarterback. So that Allen, Mayfield, Darnold, and Rosen, they're all gone right there. And then New England's probably going to trade up for Lamar Jackson. They are in love with this kid. Honestly, I love Lamar Jackson. He looks great. I look really tan. Holy. Yeah, so I got a haircut, guys. If you go back a couple episodes, you'll see my really long hair, and I was always hiding it with a hat.
It was bad.
It was
terrible.
It was not pretty. So I got a haircut, and now, like, I work outdoors, so I have this massive tan going on because we finally got good weather in New England. It's great. Yeah, I got sidetracked for a second looking at myself. That's how egotistical I am. All right. Now, where you go with Allen, Mayfield, Darnold, and Rosen is up to you. All 4 of them could go anywhere. Cleveland, I wouldn't be surprised to see Cleveland trade out of number 4 and down to 11 or 12 if they pick Darnold number 1, Allen number 1, Mayfield number 1, or Rosen number 1. Rosen's probably not going number 1. He looks like the top all-around prospect coming out of this, but there's other teams that like other things. So Rosen's probably going to fall to, I say, Buffalo. I think Rosen's going to Buffalo. And Mayfield, somebody I work with keeps saying, I love his swagger. I hope he does well. Yes, Mayfield has this swagger to him. It's a word I never thought I'd use in a sports talk.
Okay.
But he does. He has this cocky, arrogant Johnny Manziel swagger to him. Manziel, another guy who's coming back to the NFL eventually. I have no doubt about that. Personally, I think Mayfield's probably going 2 or 3. The 4 is going to be whether Cleveland trades out or whatever. Somebody's trading up for Barkley or Chubb. Easy enough. I do think Barkley's going to fall out of the top 5, though, he is easily the best prospect in this draft. It's going to be interesting to watch him fall out. So however you have those 4 guys lined up in your mock draft, I'd love to hear it. I want to know who you have going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Jackson, he's not going to be around in the first round. I think I have that coming up later in a question. I'll explain it more. But we're going to go straight into our true or false game now. Kyle's going to read off a question. Mayfield is the best QB coming out. He's cocky. He has the skills to back it up. He's a pocket passer. He can hit like a linebacker. He plays like Kelly used to. Sounds a whole lot like you have Baker Mayfield going to Buffalo. Which means you have a trade up in your mock draft, too. I catch on to these things. So, true, false. We got 12 questions today. Number 1.
Denver trades pick 5.
Yes. John Elway is all about trading that pick for more assets. Denver's in too much of a need for players that are sustainable. I mean, they have Chris Harris. They have Von Miller. Where's their quarterback? They have Emmanuel Sanders, who's aging. They have Demaryius Thomas, who's aging. So they're in need of a young renaissance, so to speak. I believe you have said that since the beginning. So that's a true one. 2.
New England keeps both first-round picks.
Not a chance on this planet. The last time the Patriots had 2 first-round picks, it was Chandler Jones and Dante Hightower. They traded up for Chandler Jones. Now they're in the first round with 23 and 31. They're going to use both of them to move up to take Jackson because Brady isn't going to play forever. Let me rephrase. Tom freaking Brady is not going to play forever. I have an entire conspiracy theory of when he's going to retire, but I'm not going to get into that right now because I know I have another question coming up. Number 3.
4 QBs go into the top 5.
I already covered that. Yes, there will be 4 quarterbacks that go in the top 5. Hands down. Probably 5 in the top 10, depending on who trades where. Next.
Brandon Marshall retires.
Ooh. False. He's going to sign a 1-year deal. I'd love to see him go back to Chicago, end his career back in Chicago. I doubt it, but he's going to sign a 1-year deal somewhere. Probably Houston. Seems like a Houston thing to do. Next.
Barkley is all hype.
Saquon Barkley is all hype. False. And now, don't get me wrong, the running back has been a dying breed, so to speak, over the past 5 seasons. But Saquon Barkley is an animal. Absolute animal. He's going to get at least 1,500 yards in his first 2 seasons. So 3,000 in total. Don't mistake that one. Next.
Tom Brady officially retires at the end of the season.
False. 2019. If you look at the way the Patriots roster is set up, yeah, that's why I held off on that. If you look at the way the Patriots roster is set up, just about every single player, except Stephon Gilmore and Dante Hightower off the top of my head that I can think of, and any rookies that come in at this point, are signed through 2019. My entire conspiracy theory, Tom Brady's gone. Bill Belichick is gone. McDaniels and a quarterback they draft this year take over that team. Next.
You knew that question was coming. That's why I didn't get into it.
Yep.
The Dolphins draft a QB at pick 11.
At pick 11? No. Second, third round? One of the lesser names? Probably. What's up, Jasper? How you doing? Next.
Lamar Jackson goes in the first round.
I covered that earlier, but yes, Lamar Jackson is not falling to the second round. Lamar Jackson, his combine, his pro day, he impressed way too many scouts to fall that far. If the Patriots don't trade up for him, the Steelers might take him. The Steelers need to start thinking about life after Ben Roethlisberger. The Giants could trade back in if they don't take a guy they really like. Maybe they take Chubb. They need a quarterback. Lamar Jackson's that guy. Maybe the Dolphins. I could see them trading back to get Jackson because I don't see Jackson as a top 15 pick. A 15 to 20, yes. Next.
Los Angeles Rams go undefeated.
That team is stacked! But no, that is false. They will not go undefeated. They'll probably lose 1 or 2 games. Next.
Jimmy G takes the 49ers to the playoffs.
I already covered how untalented that team is. I'm doing pretty good, Jasper, you know. I love talking football, doing what I love. I can't complain, you know what I mean? Jimmy Garoppolo taking the untalented 49ers to the playoffs. I mean, he's still undefeated as a starter in the NFL. With no talent. Since he took over the 49ers, he hasn't lost a game. They didn't do a whole lot of moves like I thought they would. To the playoffs? No. To a 7-9 record? Yes.
Is this going to be like another Nick Foles thing?
No. Nick Foles is a backup.
But you said he wasn't going to take him to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. Or even win the Super Bowl.
But the Philadelphia Eagles are much more immensely talented than the 49ers. The 49ers don't even, they can't even scratch the playoffs right now with the team they have.
But you said Nick Foles was garbage.
He is garbage.
Look what he did.
He won a Super Bowl on the coattails of great receivers and 2 catches that shouldn't have been touchdowns. By NFL rules. By NFL rules. But they have since changed the rules and they would now be touchdowns. But at the time, they were not by the NFL's own rules. That's the only reason Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Next.
Browns go 500 or better.
No, they're at a 7-9 season too. They've made great moves. They have put it together a solid team that is not going to go 0-16. I can tell you that they will not be 0-16. They're going to be in the 5-11 to 7-9 range. Easy enough. So that is a false one.
Dez Bryant signs with the Super Bowl contender.
I already said yeah. True. He is going to sign with a Super Bowl contender. Patriots are a good team, Jasper. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if you were here for my little spiel, but 2019, get ready for no Belichick and no Brady. It's going to be McDaniels and the quarterback they draft this year. I'm telling you. There's an entire unknown conspiracy theory there. That team is too set up like that. So, I'm telling you, man, 2 days away from one of the most interesting – this is the first draft that I'm going to cover like this in my life. So I've never been more excited for a draft. What?
Why?
Oh, so the old website that I used to write for, Kyle's head looks big. He has a big head.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, bud.
Legitimately, Kyle has a big head.
I know I do. This isn't news to me.
Hey, as long as you know it. I mean, if you look at your screen right now, and how uncomfortable you look, first of all.
A little bit.
It's okay to get tangents. I don't really care about it. I have fun with this. Where was I? Oh, first draft. So the old website that I used to be on, I won't name any names. There was 2 of them, actually. Both wouldn't let me do this. I did WWE for one of them, and I did a lot of WWE live streams where I was doing the updates live and my analysis live. So I'm actually really excited to do the NFL version for the NFL draft. And if it goes well, I'm easily going to take it into week 1 games, week 2 games, and just analysis of everything. So there's a lot to look out for and a lot that I'm excited about moving forward with the Game Changer Sports Network. That really is a very long thing to say. I got to work on that.
Yeah.
I love the name, but I need to. That's just not going to fly.
You got to roll off the tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Game Changer Sports Network. It does roll off the tongue. But
you need to practice that.
Exactly. I don't say it enough. I just usually narrow it down to Game Changer.
Just look at yourself in the mirror and say it a few times.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I'm going to sit at work on the back of the truck and go, Game Changer Sports Network, Game Changer Sports Network. Write it 1,000 times and you'll finally get it. All right, guys. We're at the end of our show. Later on in the week, Thursday, we're going to be switching over to YouTube. And we have Tim going live on YouTube for the first time talking about hockey. We're in the midst of getting ready for the second round. We have Toronto and Boston, Game 7 tomorrow night. Abbreviated. We're thinking about it. That's why I usually just say the Game Changer. But GCSN also works, but that's also harder to say than Game Changer Sports Network. So, check out Tim on Thursday nights talking about hockey. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
I'm just going to keep doing this until it actually ends because this is all.